From me, A to G, for what I hope to be a decent race on the daily race. We go for the TT. I always like driving the TT if we get a chance. So yeah, I'm A to G, and I'll be giving daily race B a go, which is a 4-lap race, I think it is, around Brands Hatch GP in the Group 4 cars. I've managed to time it quite well, so I've got about 15 minutes qualifying, just less than. So try and get a fast time in and see where I come in qualifying, and then a 4-lap race after that. So see how we go. I like Brands Hatch, so this one's I haven't had a chance to do it all week, but here I am giving it a go, finally, before it changes tomorrow. So I don't think there's any setup on. See if we can change the tyres at all. No. There's no setup on, so we'll stick to just having a go and seeing where we come. So no TC on, just try and get the most out of the TT. Just got to be slightly patient to get on the power, otherwise it does pull you quite wide with understeer. It's been a while since I've been around Brands Hatch, but I do like Brands Hatch and I know it very well. Welcome whoever's just joined me. I know it quite well, so see how we can go. We should be able to do alright in qualifying. I probably won't be up there in the top, but should be able to hopefully make that up in the race. I will try and get as high up as possible in qualifying, obviously. So I took a bit of an early apex through there, duly noted. Bit of a late one through there. Oh, good little bits of information for the fast lap. Still on the outlap. Well, what is effectively the outlap. I know it starts you off, but never seems to get the tyres up to temperature straight away. Not that there's such thing as temperature on here, but I'm sure there's such thing as cold and warm tyres, if nothing in between. Let's see what we can do. Oh, a bit of understeer as I just got on the power and it pushed me out wide. That's what you've got to be careful with in this TT, being front wheel drive as well. Going a bit slow into there, could carry more speed. Noted for next lap. So I need to hit a later apex here, I hit it too early last time round. Oh, I've missed it altogether. Try not to ride that curve on the left hand side too much on the exit, because it pulls you out wide if you take too much. That might be a corner cut. I was on the limit. So I'm nearly half a second up on my first lap, which is good. Improvement straight away. When you've only got 15 minutes, you can't be messing about to improve your laps. You need to try and push from the off. Wide at the first apex. Not bad coming out of there. Trying to carry a little bit more speed through the mid-corner section, but not doing it brilliantly. So I'm down on my time by 1.3 so far through this lap. Let's hit this apex for a change. First time we've done it right, that. I say we, there's only me here doing it. Don't know why I refer to us as us. I've just done it again. So I've actually gained time eventually through this lap, and I'm nearly 0.4 up on my fastest time so far, which is good to know. But there's definitely more time in it because I was down at one point, so I need to carry that first sector into a fast second sector 2. It's missing the apex at T1, which doesn't help. Going massively wide again, and hesitant on the throttle because of it. Little moments where you lose time, stuff like that, although it doesn't look like drastically bad. It's just massive time loss. Back on the power quite early through there, so I've gained time back, and I'm nearly back equal with my fastest lap so far. Good exit out of there as well, so I'm actually gained a little bit. See if we can get in the 129s by the end. Don't know if that's quick enough to put me quite high up in the race or not, but hopefully it's a quick race pace. We're a bit wide at the apex, struggling to get the turning point just right in this TT. It's a while since I've driven it. Doing front wheel drive as well. Got inherent understeer. Just the front wheels are having to brake, turn, accelerate, do pretty much everything, whilst the back wheels just follow the front. Right, I've actually hooked up the first apex, which is a good start, always. Roll it around nice and steady. Again, push myself wide by getting on the power a little bit too early. Very marginal, but it makes a lot of difference. Instead of going in a straight line coming out of the corner, I'm pushing myself wide. That's the difference it makes in reality. Same there, if I'd have gone earlier on the power, I'd have just been pushing myself out wider through the corner rather than coming out of the corner straight. So you've got to be patient sometimes. Try and cut the curve as much as possible, running the faster line, but I've lost time through there. With a quick glance at the bottom. Not bad through there though. Try and get this corner better than I have so I can get on the power faster. That's better. Still down on my time though. Just about up on it at the moment, but no major improvement. Carried a bit more speed coming out of that last corner, but overall I've lost my lap time there. Right, let's try again through T1, try and carry more speed. That's a bit better. Just we run it wide onto the curb on the exit. Through Druids, better on the power coming out. Stick it in third instead of dropping into second for that corner. Try and kind of carry the momentum in third instead. Dropped a little bit of time coming out of there, but overall I'm 2.8 up on my 0.28 up, should I say, on my fastest lap so far. I dropped quite a lot of time into that corner if I don't get it right there, which I've just gone through and done, and then dropping more time in there as well as I go wide at the apex, so it's all disappeared as that lap time. too early on the turning. I ruined that one by analysing my lap a bit too much. Get rid of this penalty. Could take my penalty away now, but no, it's going to ruin my next lap and everything else. So it pretty much ruins 2 laps as this penalty. This lap and the next lap when I actually get rid of it. But nice if we want on the hard tyre. That's what makes these daily races slightly difficult, is the tyre choice at the choice, I say choice, you don't have any choice. The hard tyre that you more often than not have to race on during these daily races. And especially when the races are only like 4 laps long, it just makes no sense at all. But so yeah, it's annoying, but you can't get the ultimate pace out of the car, which should be a bit better for everyone really, I think, to enjoy. But there you go, you've got to battle your way around with loads of understeer because the hard tyre you're on. You know, of course, if you're in a rear wheel drive car, you've got to battle away with the oversteer because the tyres won't be great on the rear for grip. Penalty served, right, so I've got one more lap basically, so I need to make this next one as I go through the last corner a goodie. Gained quite a bit of time coming out of there. Just try and concentrate for the rest of this lap. Can handle that, that's not too bad. Big delay getting back on the power, lost all my time there. Keep messing that corner up. Well, not messing it up, but losing a lot of time through it, so I'm down on my time all of a sudden. With 1 corner left to try and make it up, for what is pretty much my last qualifying lap. So I'm just going to have to hope that my 1:30.174 is fast enough to put me somewhere near the top. Oh god, someone sent me a little message and it's distracted me. Anyway, I can't get another lap in, so we'll call it a do at that and just relax for a minute whilst I get ready for the race start and see where we've come in qualifying. Let's have a little sip of juice. When I say juice, I mean Henry Weston cider. 8.2 bloody %, strong stuff. There's my excuse already. So 10 seconds left now of the little practice qualifying session. Thank you for joining me if you have done. Appreciate it, and hopefully can give you some kind of entertaining racing if nothing else, and hopefully I get a reasonable position and start quite well and all the rest of it and have a good race. Not the longest race in the world, 4 laps, but still doesn't take away from the fact that racing against completely random people, and it might end up being a really good one. Might end up being really boring, but there you go, that's the luck of the draw. Probably could have finished off my lap with the amount of time it says preparing at the top 4, and it still allows you to finish your laps when it says that and still get the time, even if it's over the 15 minutes qualifying. So maybe I should have carried on and pushed through this lap, but never mind, it's too late now. I really should have done as well, it's taken ages. Could have easily finished a lap, I reckon. I'm not even going to be that far off, even though I've cruised around half of it. Keep getting that corner wrong, so I need to be a bit careful through the race and give it the respect it deserves, that corner. Definitely could have finished my lap. Trying to cruise around for ages. So I feel like I missed out a little bit on another qualifying lap there. So we see fourth, in first place is the Alfa Romeo 4C of some German guy called Weiss Guy, and then the rest up until me are in the Megane Trophy, or the Megane Group 4 as well. One guy's in fourth place. So we'll see how we can do. English guy in front of me and English guy behind me, or British, UK. Still never taken out, with all the updates they bring out on the Gran Turismo, they've still never taken out this absolutely pointless warm-up session where you get about half a lap's worth of warm-up between you all and then you're into the race. It just seems like a waste of time to me, but I guess if you've got a bit of an issue, it gives you time to try and sort it out, or whatever between qualifying and the race starting. For some reason I followed that guy's silly line and got it all wild at the rear. People are coming past as I come back on the track. Let's get the radar set up for the race as well. So I've definitely not pushed hard enough in qualifying, but saying that, I was the top place TT, so we'll see. So I'm in 14th from just at the top of the second half of the grid, with 14 people being involved. I'm in 8th even, not in 14th. So as always in these races, I'll just try and see if I can go forward rather than backwards. And if I do, happy days, good race. If I don't, ooh, boo, bad mood. Got my old livery of Team Fanta from the MRC GTTCC, did I say that right? From season 8 I think, on season 7 maybe. Hitting the limiter straight away, that's not good. So away we go. Make sure we get a decent T1 for a decent run out up into Druids, so we don't drop the guys in front straight away. Guy in front going a little bit wide, so he's right off track now. He's going to rejoin right in front of me probably, which is a bit of a risky moment. Forces me to go right down the inside instead of the normal natural open line to drive into there. But managed to pull away from him as he has a little mistake on the exit by the look of it. So good close racing with the guy in front so far. Hopefully don't get caught out by his braking or anything like that, where you catch him up and you're not quite expecting it. Try and force him to this side to defend, and then jump to the other side, but I've run out of room. I've actually got side by side with him and put myself on the outside, so not very wise. He's outbroke himself though, so it gives me a chance to get the cut back. I don't know why it's taken my SR down a little bit there. I didn't do anything wrong. So up into 6th place. That guy just got a bit pressured from running it side by side through the last corner and pretty much binned it on the brakes. He's probably still behind me saying that. Slow into there for the reason of not hitting the guy in front. He was pretty slow then. Need to make sure I stick with the guys in front there and don't let this guy behind attack me too much. Early on the power as possible. Build the revs in 3rd into 4th. Down the long straight, trying to stick in the slipstream of the Megane in front. Surrounded by Meganes. Tells me I'm in the wrong car, but there you go. We'll still try and battle it out anyway. A bit of contact from the guys in front by the look of it, slowed each other down a bit. It's not the corner to go side by side through. Bit of rubbing, but nothing major from us two. Got the guy in front braking a bit early on me, so forcing me to not take the line I wanted, but the guys behind have had a bit of contact and taken each other out, so up into 5th with a little bit of argy-bargy, but nothing major. Well, not from my point of view anyway. It's a bit slow into there as I lost a little bit of front downforce, it felt like, and a bit of turning from the dirty air created from the car in front. Does seem to be a thing in Gran Turismo. You don't quite get the grip you're expecting when you're following closely. Don't know why, but I really like running wide onto that curb. Trying to get a good exit out of here. Straight line it as best I can. And again, I think the Megane's got the pace on me down the straight really, but I can keep with it through the corners crucially, so let's see if we can make up another place or two. Seemed like we closed in a bit on it then as well, so it might not have the pace on me too much down the straight. Well, I do like Brands Hatch. Don't race on this track enough really. Got that corner right now as well. I was struggling with that one to start with. Bit slow through everywhere though, not catching the guy in front, which is ideally what I want to do. He's gone a little bit wide though. Oh, I think he must have had a little bit of a lift out of the last corner there. Looks like it, I'm catching him up a little bit as we head down the start finish straight to start lap 4, the final lap. So if I'm going to do anything I need to do it now. Guy in front in 3rd place goes defensive, so slows 4th place right down, get right up to the back of him and end up touching him a little bit. Gives me a little SR down, which is not good for me. I've had more of those than up in this race it feels like. Try and go down the inside here but not force the issue. If he went a little bit wide I had the line to do it then, but he managed to keep it going nicely, so no pressure from behind to worry about. Just going to try and pile the pressure on the guy in front now through the remainder of this lap, final lap. Don't look like it's going to happen for me to get 4th. I think I've got my hands on 5th, but that's about it. Unless there's a mistake from the guys in front coming through this last section. Which there is. There's 2 guys off. Just as I say that, it all happens in front of me. Oh, so the guy in front loses the rear end with a bit of oversteer, pulls right in front of me. And I had nowhere to go, so I ended up hitting him. just trying to get the run on him side by side, but he's blocked me quite nicely there. It's worked out well for him. He should get a penalty for that really, but I could have had third then if he hadn't have had that moment then. I think I'd have had the run on him into the last corner. Fourth's not bad though. So started in 8th, was it? So not too bad at all, I'm happy with that. God, that was a short little race. I'm used to racing for a lot longer than that. You've got to really push to try and make anything happen. And that's it. Believe it or not, I've got a message from my mum, so I'm just texting her back. So just do bear with me for a second. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. I might go into the Megane. In fact, I'm going to. I'm going to do the same race again. There's 8 minutes before the same race starts again. 7 minutes, should I say. So, where's the Megane? Group 4 Megane. Where are we? So it's that one everyone's in. We'll go for that. See what we can do in the Megane instead. Seems like the fastest car for everyone. Oops. Sorry about that. So I've got a few minutes to be able to set a lap or two in the Megane. Which I can't remember if it's rear-wheel drive or front. But never mind, I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out soon enough. Still a Group 4 car, they're all pretty easy to drive in my opinion, so it shouldn't be too difficult to jump from one car to the other. Seems slow to build up in 4th gear there, so something to notice. Maybe ride 3rd gear out quite a long time. So really quite good on the brakes. I was easily broken into T1 where I was braking last time in the what we've just been driving, whatever I've just been driving. Can definitely brake a lot later in this car. See how it rides this fast right-hander down here. Bit of a crucial sector is all this. Oh, I can definitely brake later. Didn't even really need to brake then, just down a gear and get it chucked in. Oh yeah, can definitely push a bit more in this car, especially around this tricky Brands Hatch GP track. Got a bit more grip at the front end as well. Don't quite understeer as much as whatever I was just driving. I've gone completely blank of what it was. TT, sorry. So first lap time's not going to be a faster lap, but not too bad for the fact that I'm getting used to the car. Trying to extract a bit of time out of it now. Bit bumpy as we ride the curb. Not the best exit out of there, but not too bad. Whoa, that's not a corner cut. Ruin my lap if it is. Nope, think I've got away with it. Back to the inside and then back to the outside. Oh, you could stick to the inside and then go to the outside just over the crest. Like the touring car drivers do. We've only got probably another 2 laps at this qualifying session to be able to get a faster time. Done the 1:30.658 there, so not brilliant. Not as fast as I've gone in the TT, which is a bit disappointing, since this car should be a bit quicker. I'm going slowly into here, I know I am not gaining the power out either. Not carrying the speed enough mid-corner. I'm 0.4 down on my fastest lap so far, so that's not good. And I'm dropping down as we go down the straight as well. See if we can make any time up through here. Oh, that's early. Bit of dirt rally style. That's going to give me the penalty. Which is fair enough because that was a massive corner cut. Oh, dirt rally again. Let's lose that penalty. Oh, I'm even going to take it on this lap, so that's pretty much qualifying ruined for me. Done it again. So I'm going to have to qualify again with the same lap time I've done, the 1:30.174, but now I'm in the Megane, so have I got the TC on or something? No. Put that to the rear of the brake, see if that helps. Oh god. Oh, that's not great. I think it's because I've already got it made that it's pointless going round now. I hope I just by pure luck then, I hope I start a bit higher up just from my qualifying time being in a different lobby rather than starting in 8th like I did in the last one. Could go back to the TT, but everyone seems quick in this, so stick to this. There's our penalty served. I certainly don't want one of those in the race. Ah, purple, typical. Oh, 8th again. At least I'm in the same car as pretty much everyone in front of me. No names in there I recognise. Again, let's see if we can go forward rather than backwards. Trying not to lose as much SR rate in this race as well. On my way down to A if I'm not careful. Different moments from different people loses your SR, and it's not even what to do with you, it feels like sometimes. There was definitely one moment during that last race that was like that. Didn't do anything wrong, the guy behind had an incident and somehow he must have touched me and then gone off the track and given me an SR down point even though it was not to do with me, it wasn't my fault. Could have definitely pushed harder in qualifying. Just didn't want to waste the laps I had, but I can really late brake in this car. Oh, 8th place, not good. Not actually that much time off first place, about 0.6 of a second by the look of it, just over half a second. So not a massive amount of time from the guys in front in qualifying, which gives me a little bit of comfort. Yeah, about getting towards 0.7 of a second, 0.6 of a second from the guy in first place in his qualifying time, so it gives me some hope for the race as that. Everyone's pretty close in front. It's not like I'm 3 seconds down. Anyway, let's see how we go in the Megane now. Oh god, that's a weird angle looking back. Bad T1. Keep it clean through here, see if we can get a decent exit and push on the exit instead. Don't want to force the issue there. So he's close contact into a corner like that, and you're both coming together towards the apex. So just ride it out in 8th place for the time being until I can hopefully get right up side by side with this guy. Bad run through there, just follow this bad line. Score by error. I always do one every race, at least, if not a few. Guy behind me is coming for me, so I'll stick to the inside line, try and hug the curb, give him nowhere to go, and then again do the same through here. Buys me a little bit of time to try and concentrate in front instead. Few decent corners there, guys behind have gone off, so it's always good to see from my perspective, because I can just relax a little bit from worrying about the guys from behind, so I can try and cut back here. No, he's held the line to the inside. He's going to try and cut back really early then to keep the inside line all the way into T1, but he's done it instead, so try to get the cut back, run him on the exit through here. I hope he knows I'm there. And there we go. Up into 7th. Got to make sure I keep it through here though. Oh, I've gone a bit wide, a bit deep. Oh, that's not good. I think he did the same. In the wrong gear coming out as well, really. So that wasn't great. Try and defend into there, and then decent run out. Should do the job. Oof. Few tricky moments there. Still sat in my slipstream, but this is a fast corner. I don't think you can really go for a dive through here. Miles off the apex, so he's got the run on me. Got to go defensive. Hoping these guys behind are clean drivers and not just going to plough into me. Everyone's completely random, of course, in these daily races. You never know who's racing who and how good people are around you. You just hope that the matching up system for the driver grades and everything works, and you're in a lobby with people that are kind of as respectful as you are, basically. Anyway, we've dropped the guy behind a little bit and he's picked up a penalty, so hopefully can start thinking about, because I've only got 2 laps left. Keep forgetting how short these races are, thinking, oh, it don't really matter, I can chill out for a bit. Got to push every lap. Drop the guy behind a little bit more, so can definitely relax a bit from that point of view. Not too bad is that a Graham Hill bend? I can never remember. Not too bad a corner, let's just keep it at that. The best lap so far through there. Revving out through third a bit better through that corner as well. Don't know if it is faster, but it feels faster through that section. Looks like the guys in front are bunching up a bit, so maybe slowing each other down, which is good. Good for me anyway, not good for them. 3 of them pretty close together now by the look of it. And we're heading on to the last lap, so hopefully something happens between them and gains me a position maybe. Otherwise it looks like it's going to be 7th place finish. Oh, nearly turned in a bit too early there, but managed to just hold the wheel nice and gently, not make it into a big error. Oh, so there goes 5th place, puts me up into 6th. Just got it loose on the exit and put himself wide and off track. I thought something always kind of happens when there's a fair few people together, unless they're used to racing together in league races or something like that. Then you can kind of run side by side, lap after lap after lap for a long period of time. But when you're with random people, more often than not, when there's a lot of side by side action and overtakes going on, there's something going to happen eventually. Trying my best to close in on 5th, but I don't think it's going to happen. Only a couple of corners left now, well, 1 corner left now. The last corner, unless there's a big mistake from the guys in front, it's 6th place, unless I make a mistake and drop back. So not as good as a result as what I got in the TT. I went forward a little easier in the TT, so maybe it was just the mishap of the guys in front, but so I finished 6.5 or 6.6 seconds down on first place there. Entree 1974, which makes him 45 years old, 44 years old. It's always good to see people's kind of date of birth things. I mean, you just assume that that's how old they are, and good to see some of the older generation, let's say, racing away. I'm 34, 33, 34. Got myself a little clean race badge, woo. Always excites me, stuff like that. 6th place in the end, not too bad. Anyway, 2 races down, no win, but I've had a good couple of races there. I'm going to pretty much leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching and joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. If you haven't already, subscribe if you want to see me again, that is, and watch me again, and yeah, give us a like if you enjoyed this. See you again soon. Take care.